Good morning. So, thank you everybody for your comments. Thank us all for being here for a year, and away we go. Let's keep doing this for as long as we can. I know that I enjoy it. So, what didn't you do this week that you should have? Where did you procrastinate? Probably the number one killer of achievement in any way is procrastination. And we get wrapped up in procrastination, but let's think about it. What is it? What is procrastination? Well, a lot of people will say, well, I have a habit, or, I'm a procrastinator. They'll label themselves, or they'll give themselves a different label. I'm ADD, I'm ADHD, I'm whatever. So procrastination is none of those things. It's actually just a pattern of conduct. Just like you can get into a pattern of exercise, you can get into a pattern of eating the right things, you can get into a pattern of eating the wrong things. Procrastination is simply a pattern of conduct. Where does it come from? Well, like anything else, when we don't follow through, it comes from fear. What are we afraid of? We're afraid of achievement, we're afraid of failure, we're afraid of not looking right. And remember, every fear comes down to two fears. I'm not good enough, and because of that, I won't be loved. Every fear that we have comes down to those two. So when you procrastinate, when you put something off, that's really what's happening is you're coming down to one of those two fears or both of those two fears, and that's why you're not following through. Now, the old phrase, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, is really accurate because if you remember back to a time when you procrastinated and then you broke through, once you took the first step, then it was easy to finish, wasn't it? And the other thing that happens is we get wrapped up in time. Well, I don't have time. And then when we start doing whatever it is that we thought was going to take forever, typically it takes significantly less time than what we thought. And remember, time is the one thing that's constant for everybody. Elon Musk has the same amount of time that you and I do in every day. It's the one thing that the playing field is absolutely level as time. We all have the exact same amount. So what do we do with this thing with procrastination? Well, we hit it head on. First of all, we do not label ourselves. You are not a procrastinator. You are not this. You are not that. No one is broken. There is nobody who's broken. Everything that everybody has, whatever type of habit or pattern of conduct that you have, is absolutely fixable for everyone. So nobody is broken. You have a pattern. That's it. So how do we get rid of the pattern? Well, number one, hit it head on. What is it that you didn't do? So maybe today, write down 2 things that you wanted to get done this past week that you didn't do. Then ask yourself, okay, why do I think I didn't do them? Just to think about it. Just to think about why is it that you put these things off? What was it that you were afraid of? Because all of that stuff comes from fear. It always comes from fear. So what was it that you were afraid of? Just so you learn. Okay, there's no reason to feel the fear. There's no reason to get wrapped up in it. There's no reason to get wrapped up in your story. Just answer the question of what? What was it that you were afraid of? Then ask yourself this: how long would it take to actually accomplish this task? And answer that honestly. Because what I've found is 99 times out of 100, when you really answer the question, it's like, okay, this might take 10 minutes, this might take 20 minutes, this might take an hour, all right? But when you really answer the question, dog wants to go out, it really comes down to that it's not going to take that long. And you're sitting there putting this off. Oh, I don't have time. I don't have this. I don't have that. Okay, so write down how much time it's going to take. And if you're worried, triple it. Whatever it is that you write down. Well, I think it might take an hour. Okay, then write down 3. Now, then next week, immediately set aside 3 hours to do that task. This is the old Franklin Covey system. And then do that with the second thing. What was the second thing that you didn't do? learn. So write down why. Don't feel it. Don't feel the feelings. Don't feel the problem. Don't get all wrapped up and, oh, it's this, it's that, and blah, blah, blah. Stop telling your story. Just learn why. Why is it that you didn't do this? What was it that you were afraid of? Failure, success, rejection, whatever. Learn. All right. How long is this going to take? And then schedule the time to do that. And while you're on a roll, you might as well do it with other stuff towards your goal. The old Franklin Covey system, you looked at your roles, you looked at your goals, and then you scheduled time for the week for the things that were most important. Put first things first. It's a brilliant system. Benjamin Franklin originally came up with it. Then Stephen Covey adopted it and made it the Franklin Covey system. Brilliant system. But understand, procrastination is just a pattern. That's all that it is. And as easily as you got into that pattern, you can get out of it. And the greatest way to get out of it is to learn why you're procrastinating and then to schedule the time, because we all get wrapped up in the time. Oh, I'm worried about how long this is going to, I didn't have time. I'm not going to have time. Okay, I'm great at this. I'm spectacular at doing this. I have perfected this method of conduct. And my coach had this conversation with me this week because I've got a lot going on. I've got a ton of things going on. And so I'm going, I got time. So we sat down and he said, okay, the things that you really need to do, how long is it actually going to take? And one of the things I'd been putting off, my Uncle Bill is on here, one of the things I'd been putting off that I hadn't done is a conversation that I had with him yesterday. And he'll tell you that conversation took about 4 minutes. And plus, it was great to see him, and I wish I could have hung out and talked to him a little bit longer. So here's this conversation that I'd put off forever that I'd been wanting to have. I didn't have why, because I was afraid of something. I just didn't take the time. And in the end, I was using time as an excuse when the event really only took a couple of minutes. Plus, it was a chance for me to get to talk to my uncle, who I don't get to see nearly enough. So stop living in the fear. Write down why it is that you did it. Mine was fear of rejection, fear of failure, all that stuff. We all still have it. Break through and schedule the time and understand procrastination is just a pattern. But it's a pattern that if you're going to achieve things, you got to get past. And the greatest way to get past it, I think, is to just figure out how long it's going to take and schedule the time to do it. And then do it. Once you take that first step, things are going to get easier and easier. Hope everybody's having a great Easter weekend. Happy Saturday, everybody. Great to see you all. Rue is on live. I'm going to say hi to everybody. I haven't said hi to you guys for a long time. Tracy, I saw you pop up right from the beginning. Beautiful to see you. I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you again. My wonderful Uncle Bill, great to see you yesterday. My man Rue from Great Britain. Brother, it is great to see you this morning, afternoon for you. You've got a big weekend coming up, I'm sure. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Great to see you. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.